Most people waste years doing exercises that destroy their joints while building minimal muscle. Here's the truth, with just 5 calisthenics exercises, you can build more muscle than weights and stop destroying your joints in the process. No gym membership required. Let's start with the king of upper body exercises. Most people think pull-ups are just another back exercise. They're wrong. A proper pull-up is the single best muscle builder for your entire upper body. Your lats, upper back, rear delts, biceps, forearms, and even your core have to work together to move your body weight through space. This isn't just about looking good, it's about building the kind of functional strength that actually matters in daily life, while packing on real muscle mass. Here's what makes pull-ups so powerful for muscle growth. They're a vertical pulling movement that loads your muscles through their full range of motion without any compressive force on your spine. Compare that to a lat pull-down machine or a heavy bent-over barbell row. With barbell rows, you're loading your spine in a bent-over position, which creates massive compression on your lower back discs. With lat pull-downs, you're limited by how much weight you can pull, and the fixed path removes stabilizer activation. Pull-ups force every muscle to work maximally while your spine stays neutral and decompressed. Research shows that people who can do 10 or more pull-ups have significantly more muscle mass in their upper body compared to those who only use machines. That's not a coincidence. Pull-ups create incredible tension on your muscles without grinding your joints. They also improve bone density in your arms and shoulders through natural loading patterns, which becomes increasingly important after 40 when bone loss accelerates. Your grip strength will skyrocket, which is directly correlated with longevity and overall health. Studies show grip strength is one of the best predictors of how well you'll age and maintain your independence. To build up to pull-ups, start with dead hangs. Just hang from the bar with straight arms for as long as possible. This builds your grip and gets your shoulders used to supporting your body weight. Once you can hang for 30 to 60 seconds, progress to negative pull-ups. Jump up to the top position with your chin over the bar, then lower yourself down as slowly as possible. Take 5 seconds to descend. Do 3 to 5 negatives per set, and within weeks, you'll be doing your first real pull-up. Once you can do 8 to 10 clean pull-ups, add weight with a dip belt or weighted vest. This progressive overload is what builds serious muscle. The key is maintaining strict form no matter what variation you're doing. No kipping or swinging. Pull your chest to the bar, pause at the top, then lower with control. Even if you can only do one good pull-up right now, that's your starting point. Add one more rep every week or two, and you'll be amazed at your progress and the muscle you build. Now let's talk about an exercise that builds more chest and arm muscle asymmetrically than any barbell movement. Archer push-ups. If there's one exercise that determines how much unilateral pressing strength you can develop, it's this one. Think about it. Regular push-ups are great, but they allow your stronger side to compensate for your weaker side. Archer push-ups force each arm to handle most of your body weight independently, while the other arm assists minimally. The movement pattern is simple but brutally effective. Get into a push-up position with your hands placed wider than shoulder width. As you lower yourself down, shift your weight to one side, bending that arm while keeping the opposite arm relatively straight. Your chest should move toward the hand of your bent arm. The straight arm provides minimal support, acting more like a kickstand. Push back up by driving through your bent arm, then repeat on the other side. Studies show that unilateral exercises, movements where one limb does most of the work, produce greater muscle activation and growth compared to bilateral movements where both limbs share the load equally. Some research shows up to 20% more muscle fiber recruitment with unilateral training. Your chest, shoulders, and triceps are getting hammered on the working side, while also building incredible core stability to prevent rotation. This creates muscle growth and functional strength that bilateral exercises simply can't match. But archer push-ups do more than just build muscle. They expose and fix strength imbalances between your left and right sides. Most people have one side that's significantly stronger, which leads to compensation patterns and eventual injury. When you're doing regular push-ups or bench press, your strong side takes over and your weak side gets weaker. With archer push-ups, each side has to pull its own weight. This balanced development is crucial for injury prevention and long-term joint health. Here's how to do them properly. Start in a wide push-up position with your hands placed about twice shoulder width apart. Lower yourself down while shifting your weight to your right side. Your right elbow bends to about 90 degrees while your left arm stays relatively straight. Your chest should nearly touch the ground near your right hand. Pause for a second, then push back up and shift to the left side for the next rep. If full archer push-ups are too challenging right now, start with elevated archer push-ups using a bench or sturdy table. The higher the surface, the easier the movement. As you get stronger, progressively lower the surface until you're doing them from the floor. The goal is 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps per side. Once you can do 12 clean reps per side, you're ready to progress toward one-arm push-ups or add a weighted vest. Focus on that deep range of motion and controlled movement throughout. Each rep should take about 3 seconds down and 2 seconds up. This time under tension is what builds muscle, especially when combined with the unilateral loading. The third exercise builds more upper body pressing strength and muscle mass than almost any other movement. Dips. Most people think dips are dangerous for your shoulders, but that's only if you do them wrong or go too deep too fast. Done properly with the right progression, dips are one of the absolute best exercises for building your chest, shoulders, and triceps without the joint stress of heavy barbell pressing. A dip works your entire upper body simultaneously. You're pressing your body weight through a massive range of motion, which creates incredible tension on your muscles. Your chest, front delts, and triceps are the primary movers, but your core has to stay tight to prevent swinging, and your scapular stabilizers work overtime to control your shoulder blades through the movement. That comprehensive muscle recruitment is what builds real size and strength. Studies show that bodyweight exercises like dips are some of the most effective ways to build muscle, especially in the triceps. Research comparing dips to close grip bench press found similar or greater tricep activation with dips, but with better shoulder health outcomes when performed correctly. They also train something that most exercises ignore: the ability to press your body weight through a full range of motion without external loading on your spine. This matters tremendously for maintaining independence and functional strength as you age. Here's why dips are superior for muscle building compared to barbell pressing. When you bench press, your shoulder blades are pinned against the bench, which restricts their natural movement and often leads to impingement and rotator cuff problems. With dips, your scapulars can move freely through their full range of motion, which keeps your shoulders healthy while building muscle. You're also working against your body weight in a natural pressing pattern that develops real-world strength for pushing movements. If full bar dips feel like too much right now, start with bench dips. Sit on the edge of a bench with your hands gripping the edge beside your hips. Slide your butt off the bench and lower yourself down by bending your elbows to 90 degrees, then press back up. This builds your base strength. Once you can do 15 to 20 bench dips easily, progress to assisted bar dips using a resistance band looped around the bars for support. The key to keeping dips shoulder safe is not going too deep initially and keeping your shoulders pulled down and back, not shrugged up toward your ears. Lower yourself until your upper arms are about parallel to the ground, then press back up. Don't drop all the way down until your shoulders have adapted to the movement over several weeks. As your strength and mobility improve, you can gradually go deeper for more range of motion and muscle growth. Start with 3 sets of as many reps as you can do with good form. If you can only do 3 or 4, that's fine. Add 1 rep per week. Once you can do 12 to 15 clean dips, add weight with a dip belt or weighted vest. This progressive overload is what continues building muscle month after month. Your recovery time between sets will get shorter, your form will get cleaner, and movements that once felt impossible will become routine. The muscle you build on your chest, shoulders, and triceps from weighted dips is impressive and functional. Now let's get to something that builds serious core strength and muscle without a single crunch or sit-up: the L-sit. Most people think core training means doing endless crunches and planks, but those movements barely scratch the surface of what your abs can do. An L-sit is an isometric hold where you support your body weight on your hands while holding your legs straight out in front of you, forming an L shape with your body. This position demands incredible core strength, hip flexor power, tricep and shoulder stability, and mental toughness. Your abs are working maximally to keep your torso upright and prevent you from falling backward. Your hip flexors are firing hard to hold your legs horizontal. Your triceps and shoulders are supporting your entire body weight. This comprehensive muscle activation is what builds real core strength and visible muscle development. Research shows that isometric holds like the L-sit produce significant muscle growth and strength gains, especially when held for 10 to 30 seconds at maximum tension. The constant muscle contraction without movement creates incredible metabolic stress, which is one of the key drivers of muscle growth. Your abs, hip flexors, and shoulders are under continuous tension, which triggers the same muscle building signals as lifting heavy weights, but without any spinal compression or joint stress. Now here's the thing most people don't realize about building strength. You can do all these exercises perfectly, but if you're dealing with nagging back pain, stiff joints, or constant aches that limit your movement, you're leaving massive gains on the table. I discovered this the hard way, until I found a simple system that eliminated my chronic pain. That's exactly why I created Reboot Your Body, a step-by-step program that shows you exactly how to move pain-free again. If you're serious about getting down on the floor with your kids or grandkids without wincing and actually enjoying being active instead of dreading it, grab your copy. The link is in the description below. Trust me, it's the missing piece nobody talks about. Speaking of building strength that actually matters, let's get into proper L-sit technique. To perform an L-sit, you need parallel bars, dip bars, or even just 2 sturdy chairs. Place your hands on the bars and press yourself up so your arms are straight and supporting your body weight. Now lift your legs straight out in front of you until they're parallel to the ground. Your body should form a perfect L shape. Hold this position for as long as possible while breathing steadily. Keep your shoulders pulled down and your core braced tight. If a full L-sit is too challenging right now, start with a tucked L-sit where you pull your knees to your chest instead of extending your legs straight. This reduces the lever arm and makes the hold more manageable. Once you can hold a tucked L-sit for 20 to 30 seconds, progress to a single leg L-sit where one leg is extended and one is tucked. Eventually, work up to the full L-sit with both legs extended. Your goal is 3 sets of 10 to 30 second holds. Focus on perfect form, keeping your shoulders down, your core tight, and your legs as horizontal as possible. Don't let your torso lean back excessively. As you get stronger, your hold times will increase and the muscle development in your abs, hip flexors, and shoulders will become visible. This is functional core strength that translates to everything from lifting objects to maintaining balance and posture. The 5th and final exercise builds more hamstring and quad muscle than leg curls and extensions combined. Reverse Nordic curls. These are a bodyweight exercise that creates incredible tension on your quads through a lengthened range of motion, which research shows is one of the most effective stimuli for muscle growth. Think about traditional leg exercises. Squats and deadlifts load your spine heavily. Leg press machines remove stabilization, but reverse Nordics build serious leg muscle with 0 spinal loading. The movement is deceptively simple. Kneel on a pad with your torso upright and your ankles anchored under something heavy like a couch or secured by a partner. From this kneeling position, slowly lean backward while keeping your body in a straight line from your knees to your head. Your quads are working eccentrically to control the descent. Go back as far as you can control, then use your hands to push yourself back up to the starting position. Studies show that eccentric training, where your muscles lengthen under tension, produces greater muscle growth than concentric or isometric training alone. Some research demonstrates up to 50% more muscle growth from emphasizing the eccentric portion of exercises. Your quads are getting stretched under massive tension during the lowering phase of reverse Nordics in a way that leg extensions or squats can't match. This lengthened position training is what builds serious muscle mass. But reverse Nordics do more than just build muscle. They strengthen your knees by developing the muscles that support and stabilize your knee joint. Many people develop knee pain from quad weakness and poor eccentric strength. Reverse Nordics fix both problems simultaneously. You're building muscle while bulletproofing your knees against injury. That's exactly what you want for long-term joint health and pain-free movement. Here's how to do them properly. Kneel on a thick pad or folded towel for knee comfort. Secure your ankles under a heavy couch. Have a partner hold your ankles or use a landmine attachment if you're at a gym. Start with your torso completely upright. Keep your body in a straight line from your knees through your hips to your head. Now slowly lean backward by allowing your knees to extend. Your quads are fighting gravity to control the descent. Go back as far as you can control with just your quad strength. For most beginners, that might only be a few inches. That's fine. Once you reach your limit, place your hands on the ground and use them to push yourself back up to the starting position. That's 1 rep. The lowering phase is where the muscle building happens, so focus on making that as slow and controlled as possible. Start with 3 sets of 5 reps, focusing on maximum time under tension during the lowering phase. Take at least 3 to 5 seconds to lower yourself. As you get stronger over weeks and months, you'll be able to lean back further and further. Eventually, you'll be able to lower all the way until your back nearly touches your heels, then pull yourself back up using just your quad strength. That level of control represents serious muscle development and knee stability. Once you can do 10 to 12 reps with a full range of motion, add weight by holding a plate against your chest or wearing a weighted vest. This progressive overload ensures continued muscle growth. Your quads will develop tremendous size and strength, your knees will feel bulletproof, and you'll build functional leg strength without any spinal compression. So there you have it, 5 calisthenics exercises that build more muscle than weights without destroying your joints. Pull-ups for complete upper body development and back width. Archer push-ups for unilateral chest, shoulder, and tricep mass with balanced strength. Dips for serious pressing power and upper body muscle. L-sits for core strength and muscle that actually shows. Reverse Nordic curls for quad development and knee health without spinal loading. You don't need a gym full of equipment. You don't need to load your spine with heavy barbells. You just need consistency and progressive overload. Do these exercises 2 to 3 times per week. Focus on adding reps or weight gradually over time, and you'll build muscle that lasts while keeping your joints healthy and pain-free. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just simple, effective movements that work because they create maximum muscle tension with minimum joint stress. Start with the progressions that match your current strength level. Master the basics before adding weight or attempting advanced variations. And watch your body transform over the next 6 months into something stronger, more muscular, and capable of real-world performance. This is how you build muscle after 40 without paying for it with chronic joint pain later. These movements have built impressive physiques for decades because they respect how your body actually works. They load your muscles maximally while keeping your joints in safe positions. They build functional strength that transfers to daily life. And they create the kind of sustainable progress that lasts years, not weeks. Start today with whichever exercise challenges you most. Track your reps and sets. Add 1 rep per week and trust the process. The muscle growth will come, the strength will build, and your joints will thank you for choosing intelligent training over ego lifting. This is the path to building real muscle that lasts